let's talk about the music industry real quick.
All right, what's up with her, man?
All right, so this is let me see. I want to try to pull up Crazy Bones um radio station, radio show.
Crazy Bones from the Bones and Tugs.
hmm
I didn't know he had a radio show.
Him and Spice One has a radio show, and they did the interview about last year, or a story last year, and they were
Mm,
talking about the music industry and how the music industry was changed by these big executives, right?
mm,
Early, I want to say early, about mid 70s to late 80s, things were pretty positive in music, right? Then it took a
right.
change for more what they consider hardcore rap, which I love, hang on the front,
Mm-hmm.
and gangster music, as they would put it. That was the way. If you were positive, you really didn't get that much headway anymore. And he said the
Right.
reason why that occurred is because one huge meeting with all the music execs at that time, with the radio stations, right? Oh, not
Mm,
radio stations, but the people that own the companies like Sony, um, it's companies like that, right? I'm trying to
right.
remember in detail all the companies he named, but he said when they held that meeting, they said, "Okay, we're going to change the face of rap, and we want to move toward gangster music." And people were asking why. They'll just say, "Don't ask questions. Either you're with us, and we'll pay you handsomely for hiring these people, or
Mm-hmm.
you're against it." And their purpose was, according to Crazy Bone and Spice One, is that I think it's Spice One. I thought it was different, brother. But anyway, according to the interview, was to everybody know that music can be influential. There's a lot of people out there that watch videos and be on TV and try to become those people because it
Yep.
influences,
Mm-hmm.
and so it's almost like it was like diabolical because it was teaching black people to love the thug life mentality or have the thug life mentality. Like that is the new thing,
Right.
making you more of a suspect for police officers, right? Whether you did something or not, you dress like this person, you look like this person, you
Right.
act like this person, right? So now they have leeway to throw you in jail. Found out that those companies like Sony invest in private prisons,
Mm.
which is crazy.
Well, this is all facts. Like you did your research afterwards, or this is just what's coming from
Well,
Bones.
I think it's worth looking into. I didn't get a chance to.
It sounds really interesting. So yeah,
Okay, so
like if it's all facts,
mhm.
then I mean you can look it up right now. Let me look it up. Does Sony? Because what's the branch called? Sony Entertainment that owns the
Yeah,
music business? Oh no, I forgot.
here it is. Private prisons. Six corporations, including three music labels, Universal, that's it, one of them, Sony, and Warner,
Mm,
deliver 90% of the media. An investment company, the Vanguard Group, is in fact the largest shareholder in the CCA, as well as owning shares in other companies on both prison and media fronts.
mm,
Okay, so this is the thing, man. Okay, so if these companies are now this is another kicker. Back then when you were trying to get into music, right? You had to kind of build a local audience to get people behind you. Companies get to know you, then they want to go ahead and promote you. These days, it seems like a rapper comes out of nowhere and automatically he has this following. But they
mm,
say, and as Crazy Bone will put it, it's like the companies automatically put it out there like he does, and he really don't. But
right.
his whole MO is to say he's a gangster. His whole MO is to um, celebrate like living as a hood.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? To promote violence, to promote drug use, to promote sex to promote. I mean, on and on and on. Now,
Right.
since then, let's look something up. I want to look up something. Hold on one second.
I mean, Malcolm X did say that those people, those celebrities, were puppets used by the white men.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, he was like, "Show me a white singer that is the head or like the speaker of their people, unlike us, where we have like where we look up to rappers like as some type of voice of reason." Like what? That doesn't even make sense. So it was Sony, Warner, and Universal. You said.
Yeah, Sony, Warner, and Universal, and he mentioned those companies.
I wonder how much. I wonder how much money they get from those private prisons.
Well, this is the thing. As it just depends on the state, right? And the crazy part, the state is a part of all this, right? Because they invest in those private prisons, and vice versa, the private prisons invest in the state. So the private prisons control it. Now, get this. Now, you notice if you do something, if you're black and you do something minor, you do jail time at least a minimum of 20 years. It don't matter if you were jaywalking. If you're black and get caught, they're gonna throw you in jail for 20 years.
Oh,
If
that's because of that. The three strike or whatever it was called.
yeah, by
Yeah, that Biden did.
I thought. Oh yeah, he's a part of that whole group back then.
So he made it.
I thought it was Bill Clinton's party because they put more brothers and sisters in jail than anybody. But like,
I think Biden came with the idea, and they were like, "Oh, yeah, let's do that."
now, according to, let me see.
I'm trying to look up how much they make a year.
Okay, so if a private prison has a 400 inmates, right, or has cell for 400 inmates, and they are missing one person, then the state has to pay them. And if I remember correctly, in that interview he did, he said they have to pay them $4 million for one person. For one person.
For one person.
Right.
Yo, that's the biggest lick of all time. What you mean?
Bro,
you're telling me I got this building where I put prisoners in there, and if it's not full, you gotta pay me. Like, come on,
you gotta pay me. Now this is
taxpayer money. Like, that's crazy.
Now this is also crazy because if the state don't want to pay, then how else they're gonna get the money? By making sure those judges get those people jail time, long jail time. I remember a case. I was in Marietta courthouse. I was there with my brother, he was doing some stuff, and I wanted to make sure he was good, had the money, whatever he needed. And that was a case that came up before us, right? There was a brother who just got out of jail for being in there for about 7 or 8 years. And that was his girl he had a child by, actually filed a complaint against him for child support while he was in jail for not paying. The brother's been out for like 3 or 4 months, right? Since then, he got a job and has been paying. She even told the judge, hey, he is not paying and I want to dismiss it. The judge was like, no, we already got the claim going. How much do you owe? He was back paying almost $20,000. He said, do you have a certain percentage toward that? He was like, no, I just got out of jail. He said, well, you're going back. Everybody in the room was just like, that was not even fair.
Well, that child support stuff, that ain't no joke, big dog.
It's no joke, but it's that's just like an example of what I'm saying. Like, if the judges are in the private prison's pocket, or the government is in bed with the private prison. They work
Hmm.
together. They try to get more money. So if they don't have a person to put in that cell, then they force the state to go to the judges and these police officers to stop whoever is doing whatever to get them in court so they can get time. That's kind of like now going back to the music industry. They get paid on both fronts. They're investing in the private
Hmm.
prisons. Also, they're investing in this artist to teach your child how to be a thug. So it's
Right.
all together. This diabolical, bro. I said that's why I was like, you know what? It's worth looking into because it's like,
It is. It is. Hold on. Hold on. When did private prison start in the U.S.?
that's a good question. Hold on.
Right? Come on now. Let's dig deep. Come on. We should like do a whole episode just on this. Like when we have all the info.
Oh, dude, this said private jails, prisons, and detention centers.
1984. What? That late into the game? The
Hmm.
modern private prison business first emerged and established itself publicly in 1984 when the Correction Corporation of America, CCA, now known as CoreCivic, was awarded a contract to take over a facility in Shelby County, Tennessee. Huh.
Now, I got another point here. Now, they say what's been happening to black people when it comes to
Mhm.
white officers, right? Who's to say not only are those record companies investing in no private prisons, but also skinheads, KKK. Anybody can invest in private prison.
Yeah. Wait. Okay. So it was in 1984.
Yeah, 1984.
The first business, now called CoreCivic, was awarded the contract by the government, right? So who started this? Like, who was the OG guy who got that contract? I need to know him and his lineage.
See the true history of America's private prison industry. Inmates in Louisiana. Before the founding, 1.8 billion.
Yeah, I just saw the Time magazine article you're looking at.
Time. Yeah. I'm looking at Terrell Don Hudo.
Wait, that's the name?
Yeah. Before the founding, it's a
Oh,
first
yeah.
paragraph. Before the founding of the Corporation of America, a 1.8 billion
Oh
private prison
shit.
corporation known as CoreCivic. Terrell Don Hudo ran a cotton plantation the size of Manhattan. There, mostly black convicts were forced to pick cotton from dawn to dusk for no pay. It was 1967, and the Beatles. I don't know why they put that in the article,
All
but I
you
guess
need is love.
yeah.
Okay.
All you
Okay.
need is
Yeah,
love.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was a hit. The men in the fields sang songs with lyrics like "Oh Master, don't you whip me?
Hmm.
I'll give you $50." Hudo's family lived on the plantation and even had a houseboy and unpaid convict who served them. Let me go back further down here.
Wait, so whoever, hold on, this is getting interesting. One
Okay,
second. So
dude,
you're telling me the Terrell Dawn, like he used to own this huge ass plantation, right? Size of Manhattan, that's retarded.
bro.
And he is like, so you're telling me later on his son or his grandson or whatever is gonna create the first private prison?
That's what it looks like. It says at the time, most prisons in the South were plantations. In some
Mm-hmm.
states, certain inmates were given guns and even whips and empowered
Power to
to
torture.
torture. Yeah,
Wow.
you see it. So this, but he said, I'm gonna skip down where it says Hudo did such a good job in Texas that Arkansas would hire him to run their entire prison
Ooh,
system, made entirely of plantations where he would run at a profit to the
to
state.
this day.
Whoa.
Oh,
So that article right there is damning. So why would a record company invest in that? Why would
All right,
Warner,
all right, all right. Let's
bro?
put a huge pin on this, man. We
Dude,
gotta come back to this
I'm
because I gotta keep reading this. There's a book here too that's called American Prison by Shane Bauer, whatever you call that.
oh yeah, I see
I
it.
got a reporter's undercover journey into the business of punishment. Oof.
So those companies are
CoreCivic.
so they're investing in private prisons. Dude, look, let's go down a little bit right here. It says former slaveholders built empires that were bigger than than of most slave owners before the war. Nathan Bedford Forrest, first Grand Wizard of the Ku Klux Klan, controlled all convicts in Mississippi for a period. U.S. Steel, bruh. All right, let's. I'm telling you.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm
So
saying. Like,
so
let you spin it right here, big dog.
this right here, right here, and then you have these companies right here investing.
Going to extreme limits
To keep you okay. Now, what all of this goes to is the first movie back what the Klan was doing back in the early 1910 with that movie Birth of a Nation was to condemn and make black people look like horrible people, right? And the same people that had started this were those a part of that whole movement. They plantation owners. You know what I mean? Now you have private prisons invest in it. I mean, these companies, record companies, big Sony, Warner, Universal, investing in this same industry, and they investing on another front.
It's a whole cycle because they're creating it. Well, they're not creating, but they help push that
and
trend.
And then you have the state in bed with them doing the same thing to keep them, to put black and brown people in prison.
But mind you, reading the article, it goes back to a theory I've always had, right?
Uh-huh.
A lot of people in power, all you gotta do is look at the family. Like you find out real soon, like, oh, your cousin is actually an actor. Oh, you guys actually own this. Oh, you guys like there's a reason why you're up there, Rick dog. Like, come on. There's only a few people that actually make it like all the way from the ground up. That's crazy.
So I think I'm gonna get that book. Because like
I'm gonna see if they got it. Hold on.
Oh, you know Amazon got everything.
Oh no, you know I get everything for free. Stop it now.
Oh, my man. I forgot, brother.
I'm about to look in my library right now. 1 second. See if they got that. American Prison. Oh, actually, you know what? I don't get everything for free. I'm bad.
Of course not.
No, you know, everything legal.
Just let me know if you get it. And
what year did that come out? Let me see.
This article?
No, the book.
Let me see.
Oh, there we go. 2018. Good. Oh, found it. Stop with the jokes. All right.
Oh wait, I got the whole thing.
You want it?
It's on. I got it. Google Books.
Oh yeah, for free.
Yep. I'm scrolling through just to see how far. Yeah, it looked like a whole thing.
Oh, like they posted it online.
It stops at chapter 6. So I'm.
Oh, they say no more, man. I send it to you right now.
My G.
Put your email on the chat and soon.
Okay.
Download it right now, big dog. Or do you? What type of file do you want it as? I'm just gonna send you the EPUB link or file.
I got my
You got a Kindle, don't you?
Mm-hmm. You know what? Instead of that, do you mind sending it to this email? No. That's cool. That's cool.
That's cool. All right.
Yeah, man. So I think that's. I just found that, and I'm gonna send you the video that I had.
Mhm.
Let me, man. Let me send that link because it was crazy. I was just sitting there like, that's nuts. That's really nuts.
But notice how he actually went as deep as we just did in a few seconds.
No.
That's what I'm saying. Like, because we could go all the way. I know I can. Sure. Because that's what I like doing. I like finding the root of stuff. But I think I got the right book. Let me see. Let me double check. Yeah, that's the right one.
But Crazy Bone, man, he's been on it, bro.
He was in it. And that's the thing. Like when old heads talk like that, especially in the rap game, they don't listen.
Yep.
And then they want to complain about the same harshness that the old heads went through.
I think I found the link right here. Okay, so he has a look like a podcast called Truth Talks, and it says Crazy Bone exposes the music industry's sadistic plot. All right, so I'm gonna send that link to you, and I just thought it was breathtaking. I mean, it's a good topic, and so yeah, I just put it in the thing.
All right, I just sent it to you. Let me know if you got it.
It's my when I talk to my daughter, I always try to talk to her about not hating nobody. I mean, I said regardless of how things, appreciate it, bro. I got it. How things are, you don't hate people. I just can't. I never been that way. I don't. If I, it's just like a misunderstanding for the most part, and I might not talk to you or something like that, or I might just decide, hey, let's go separate ways. But I will never hate you because I can't hate you like that. You know what I'm saying? It's just not in me to.
It depends on the circumstances. If you touch one of my family members,
Oh well,
it's over with. But
yeah, it's over.
I do agree with you a lot, and I think what I've come to the consensus or to the conclusion is if you mind your own business, you'll be all right.
Yeah.
If you mind your own business, you won't get stressed out.
Right.
You won't worry about nobody else. You just worry about yourself.
It's crazy. I don't understand why people. Anyway, so
people can't do it, bro. They see somebody, they're like, oh, well, why you wearing that, or why you look like this, why you smell like that. It don't matter, bro. Just let him do him. You do you.
Yeah, like
keep moving, bro.
Like I'm saying. What this guy I was listening to, and I thought it was the most crazy thing because it's a person's life, right? When it comes to people being like he was talking about transgender men.
Yeah.
Right? So he was just like, how do you know you're a woman when you've never been a woman? And I was just like, regardless of the situation, if that person decide that's what they want to do, how are you going to try to control them and tell them not to? You know what I'm saying? That's their life.
Bro, if it's not hurting you, mind your own business.
Mind your own business, dog. Like, what's the problem,
moving, bro? You ain't gotta understand everything about life, bro.
It's like
just keep it moving.
I said, what got that Roman Empire Catholic, you know what I'm saying, mythology, like you taking over territory, bro. Like, what are you, U.S.? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. You can't. It's stupid. You don't own that land. You don't own those people. You don't own that person. Mind your business, bro. Play games. You know what I'm saying?
For real, like, come on, man. Damn. People don't get it. Like, oh, I don't understand gay people. I don't understand trans people.
It's not for you to understand.
I bet you don't understand how like a switch works or a network. Like, come on, man. There's a lot you don't understand. Just keep it moving.
Keep it moving, my guy.
Keep it moving.
Keep it moving, man. You know, like this. You ever heard of this dude call himself Young Pharaoh?
Young Pharaoh. That sounds familiar, but anyone who calls himself that, I don't know. I feel like they're trying too much. I feel like they're a little egotistical right there.
Um, I feel like he's a very intelligent brother. I listened to him before, and I, I think he's intelligent.
Hmm.
But you know how I don't want to call somebody a fool, but it's just like some things are just better left unsaid. And this guy don't cut no corners.
Mm.
And that's like he talks about his studies as far as like black people, white people, history, stuff like that. And I feel like a lot of stuff he say is okay, but it's like
Right.
just because you go articulate don't mean you're intelligent. You know what I'm saying? Like so I feel like a lot of things that just you just need to leave it alone. You know,
Hmm.
like he has a lot of things to say about gay people, whatever, and I just, bro, it's like being black, right?
Right.
It's hard enough, right? I know what it's. We know what it's like not to be included in things. We know what it's like to
Hmm.
be discriminated against. We know what it's like to just people hate you because you're black, and ain't no other
Right.
reason. They can't, you know what I mean? If they get to know me, to know me is to love me. Period. That type of guy. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I'm gonna find some type of common ground where we can just be cool. You know what I mean? So, and it's like this guy, he's for black people, right? He's supposed to be black for
Hmm.
black people, but then he went so far right. Let me put in this context: so far left that this dude started speaking against the Democrats. Now the Democratic Party, is they say, was started by the Ku Klux Klan, right,
Hmm.
and all that good stuff. But my thing is, and he went so far. He said the people that's Democrats are people that's kind of considered lazy. Don't they want stuff something for nothing? And I'm
Hmm.
just like, how you gonna say that being from the hood that you're from? Because it's like, where I'm from, it's you trying every day, and you get what you can get until
Right.
you do better. I don't. I mean, even in my early days of struggling and all that good stuff, I don't remember ever getting like food stamps or getting any assistance. I always try to go find another job or, what I mean, go try to do something. I don't remember that. But I'm just like, I'm not a Democrat. I ain't gonna say that I am, but it's
Mhm.
just like, how can you condemn those that are?
Yeah, that just stupid. That just now picking sides,
It's like,
and that's where it goes sideways.
it,
You're not supposed to pick a side.
yeah. And my thing is like, you're supposed to be this guy of intelligence, but yet you constantly judge people.
Mm. Mm.
How? Okay, if you're judging people, who makes you the judge? Who said whatever you're saying is right?
Right.
You know what I mean? A matter of fact, you and I had that conversation about a while back about. I think we were talking about how men. It's like we look at like what it takes to be a man and try to be that
Oh
man.
yeah.
You made a good point. You just say, "Who's to say that is the way?" You know what I'm saying? Like,
Hmm.
you're born a man. You just be a man. You know what I mean? But men do all kinds of things. What I mean? It's not just this one macho way of being a man. You know what I'm saying? So, and I was like, that's a good point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So,
it all depends on your culture, where you were born at, where
mhm,
you got raised. I mean,
yeah, just it is
but
what it
yeah,
is.
to say stuff like that, you got to be out of pocket. The thing I like to do is I like to find information and I like to share it,
Yeah,
but to the point that I will like give a whole bunch of opinion about something. That's not for me. You know what I'm
my
saying?
my thing is like if I get information or find anything, it's not to condemn what you're doing or make you feel bad about who you are. It's not. It's more than like to just say, hey, this is what I found, and this is how this made me feel, and I feel like it's wrong. What do you think? You know what I mean?
Mm.
That's how I approach people. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Because if I say this is what I found and this is the right way, and you're not me, but I'm telling you to do what I say, that's a controlling problem. That's a narcissist
Hmm.
type of mentality. And people need to check themselves when they do that, So but yeah,
Yeah, because me, I love I like learning stuff. So whenever I learn something, even if it's small and stupid, like, oh, like Christmas actually started way back, and it started when people were drinking mushroom and stuff like that. Even if I learn like small stuff like that, I tell people.
Yeah.
Even most of the time they don't care. They're like, oh yeah, yeah, nice.
Right.
But at the end of the day, I'm not like, oh, you shouldn't be celebrating Christmas because, like, you see what I mean? There's a whole different
Well,
approach that you can have to it.
yeah, like my wife, like because I'm always reading, or she just is like, okay, and then I tell her like, hey, this is what I found. What you believe? She'll be like, what sources did that come from? You know what I'm saying? Which checks my attitude. Be like, yeah, I need to make sure I'm coming with some good information. And I love that about her because she'll like, did you read this all the way through? You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like,
she sounds like me, man.
yeah,
Just
yeah,
now, I was like,
right.
did you check? Did you check what he said?
You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? Because I'm one that get excited and be like, whoa, did you know that? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
so yeah, that's and I appreciate people like that. You guys, you know what I mean? Because it made me like, okay, let me slow down. Yep. And then we start connecting dots and even finding more information, which is awesome in itself. So I feel like, man, we got a lot to say, like a good direction to go into. Hope it don't end up, people protesting in front of our house, but you know what I'm saying?
I
But
don't think so. I think it's gonna die down, especially now that Biden wants. The
because,
media's gonna
yeah,
serve everything.
because I mean, it's like I said, this type of information, I find it so people can, or like, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I want you to see it. Let you know, one, we not all bad people. There's bad people in every race, but we're not all bad
Right.
people. But this is what's happening to make us look like we're bad. You know what I mean? And it's only fueling their cause.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Which is their hate. I can't believe a person's hate can drive them to try to kill somebody. Don't make no sense.
Hey man, like them rich folks, they don't care, bro. The government, they don't care. You remember what happened in when was it? 1942, I think it was, right?
Which
Where they started locking out Japanese people.
oh man. You know what? I remember reading something about that, but I really don't think I dove that much into it. Because there was a no, I don't remember. Not in the 1940s, bro.
Yeah, so it says from 1942 to 1945, it was the policy of the United States government that people of the Japanese descent will be interned in isolation camps. Man, that's tough. So they were torturing and killing of Japanese citizens in 1942
Why? Because we was in
because
World War.
yeah, yeah. After they did Pearl Harbor, they started doing that. But notice how they want to always say like, oh, you got the rights to do this, you got the rights to do that. But even Japanese citizens, tough luck, big dog.
It's crazy.
Going in, you're going in because it just takes one change because they could change the narrative quick. They're like, oh wait, you guys want to support Japanese people? They look at what they did to us. They're like, oh yeah, you're right, you're right. Hey, come on, bro.
I love Japanese people. They're responsible for
What?
PlayStation, but so,
They're responsible for a lot of stuff: PlayStation, anime, manga.
good
You know what
food.
I'm saying?
But
Good
like
movie. The food is
actually,
great.
actually, for the past 6 months, and I think I shared this with you, I've been doing some research on the Black experience in Japan,
Hmm.
and it's been nothing but positive, man. I told my wife I want to move there. I told her I want to move because there was all the like different people like from Africa, Europe, America, a lot of people from America, different parts of Germany. They all moved there,
Mm.
and they all had the same thing to say, which is you could be out 2 in the morning with your headphones on, not have to worry about getting robbed, being treated bad, cops harassing you. Matter of fact, he said one time, this guy that was doing the interview, he said there was a bunch of cops, and they walked up to me and said, "Hey, are you okay? Do you need anything? Are you lost? Trying to get home?" And he was like, "Oh no, I'm just out for a walk." Okay, we just wanted to make sure you was okay.
Right.
I can't imagine a cop being like that. I mean, like, of any time, like, okay, let me take that back. When I used to race cars, if I wasn't getting the ticket, I did meet a bunch of officers that wanted to race me. You know what I'm saying? And they were like all white guys,
Right.
like um, Alpharetta, Norcross, not Atlanta so much. Atlanta, they kind of not lame. They kind of lame ducks, but they're not.
I'm
They're not
guessing
really
not
exciting.
Gwinnett either.
Yeah, but like going to Alpharetta and like racing back, back to like where Lenox Mall is from like Mansell Road, that happened a lot for me. You know what I'm saying? Because they loved what I had under the hood. They were like, "Man, you got a beautiful car." And I'm like, "Hey, check this out." You know what I mean? So I ain't gonna say all officers have been treated me bad, but I had a lot of negative experiences. And if they were negative, it was always a white guy.
Right. And then you always remember the negative too, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you go to a restaurant 10 times and twice he messed you up, you ain't going back?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And no matter how good the food tastes, it's going down. You're not going back. But yeah, man. So it's cool though. It's cool.
Yeah, man. But this podcast stuff, I'm glad we, met up again. Yeah. I got some ideas, because I'm gonna mess it up. I might even bring some people in.
Cool.
Depending on how good their like headphone mic and everything is, because we try to be professional. You know what I'm saying? And I did give you that mic, if I'm not mistaken.
You gave it?
You borrow.
Okay. I was gonna say I thought it was just borrowed and
it's just borrowed, big dog. It's just borrowed. It costs like $80. No,
don't forget the camera because you let me borrow that too.
Yeah, that too. Yeah. But I mean, we're doing this, so it don't even matter. You can keep it until we finish. Okay. But yeah, I might bring some people in. They might not be like us, like you and I, we in the same wavelength, of kind of in the same wavelength. They might be a little more opinionated. That's what I'm saying. It all depends. But
I think that'll be good. I mean, change the show up some and get more opinions. And the thing is, like, we can get to a point where we're taking phone calls, from people to see what they think about stuff. I think this would be really big, bro.